Today we're at the home of Rachel and Brian. They live on a farm in eastern Minnesota along with their 9 boys. So they have a busy household, a beautiful home, and it was so much fun to get to spend some time with them. So today we are focusing on the piles that accumulate on the master bedroom floor, and we're gonna make some huge progress with them. I think the coolest part with this declutter, I mean, we got a ton of decluttering done, we talked about inventory, but at the end of it, what was the most awesome to me was the mindset shift that Rachel made and her feeling like there wasn't anything she couldn't conquer now. But, all right, you just said something really good, Rachel. What was your initial thought when you just looked at this pile?
Kind of like a little bit of hyperventilating, but not really, because it's like it's a lot. It's decision fatigue.
A lot of decisions. You know you're going to sit down here and you have to make like 100 decisions.
Right.
Right.
And it feels a little overwhelming.
Yes, that's a good word for it.
Exactly.
So my new mantra is piles aren't scary. And so if we can start to switch that, because I know the thought you're just like, ugh, like, and it's easy to just be like, I'll do it a different day, right? Especially when it's in the bedroom. So it's no one's going to see it, hopefully.
Exactly.
So piles aren't scary. We just have to know how to break them down and to just take pieces of it. So even today, if you have a pile in your bedroom, to be like, you know what? I'm going to look for 5 things. I'm going to look for a couple pieces of trash. I'm going to remove one small section of it. That starts to make it feel more manageable. We have our donation box. You have to have one of these handy. It has to be as easy to donate as it is to leave it on the pile. So that's why we need our box here, and then we have our black trash bag too. Now, I'm so glad we could go to Rachel's house, and we would love to be able to come to your house too, but obviously that's not possible. So our hope with this video series is that you will work alongside us. So is there a pile on your bedroom floor or somewhere else in your home that you could tackle right alongside us and you could benefit from these same things? So when you look at this, what feels the easiest right now to start with?
Maybe my kids' things. No, I did have pre-approval for this, but yeah, this is they're just creative project bin, but you know, they go through stages of what they're into. Yep. And they're not as into this anymore. So this would be an easy one to start with. Yeah. So this is good. This is so fun. Of garbage. But at one time it was treasures.
Yeah, the stuff they've come up with.
Yep. Things that they use tape and put it together. So this is garbage. This is easy.
Okay, so let's get our trash bag.
This is a lot of garbage in here, yes.
And it got set in here. I'm sure one time you were cleaning and people were coming over.
Right. And actually this was, you know, the concept of the container. Yeah. So as long as it fit in this container, I was okay with it.
I love that.
Yeah, exactly. And things have just got moved around, you know, as life happens. And so it ended up in the master bedroom because why not?
Exactly.
So this is mostly garbage here.
If there's some recycling, we can sort it out, but
yes, of course. Yep. But yeah, and it's funny because you think, why didn't I do this sooner?
Well, right? Because you looked at the pile as a whole, right?
Right.
And you didn't see the easy stuff to start with.
Exactly.
Is this more project stuff, or is that different stuff?
This is, I'm not even totally sure.
Oh, all right. We got the mystery box.
I know. This is a binder that has been sitting in my house for probably several years and it never gets used. So it's a lovely binder, but I think it probably could go to someone else.
Someone else could use that more. That's a lot of these, if we could look at it, in a way this stuff's been quarantined, right? If I haven't pulled something out or grabbed for it, it's a good sign. I've moved this binder around 12 times to different spots in the house.
We've moved it to about 4 different houses, so that's embarrassing too.
Yes, it's how it goes. Totally.
I don't know why I kept it.
Yeah. But now. All right. Well, as long as we're going through this box.
So I have learned that my boys are not
construction paper,
and it's faded because it's that old. But I've learned my boys do not like art projects. Okay. Or craft projects as much as I maybe thought they would.
Them to.
So we don't need very much. Okay. So I'm wondering if
there's a couple new packages.
I just noticed maybe that's all we need.
Then let's donate the rest.
And that's crazy.
Because this should get used, right? Kids should be making stuff with all this.
And it's just sitting there. So I mean, this is plenty.
Okay. What else?
And of course, a package of cotton swabs.
Obviously. All right, you have 2 of them. Where do these go?
Oh my goodness. In the bathroom.
Okay.
Should I have
We actually have a runner here with us. Normally we would ask you to get up and go bring it to the bathroom, but we've got help here today.
Let's see here. And this is from a globe that was electronic and it doesn't work anymore. So
easy.
That one's easy.
See, this hasn't been as bad as we were building it up in our head.
This is Christmas ornaments.
Oh, okay.
That I bought.
Yep.
And just put in here.
So,
I think I actually do like them, but they're not with the Christmas items.
So you wouldn't know to look in the bottom of a box in your bedroom for your Christmas ornaments.
Right.
So do you have a spot for Christmas stuff?
I do. I'm wondering if my runner would be so kind to put those with their Christmas ornaments.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So what's great now is if we had to stop right now, we'll put that back. We'll take our trash bag with us and go out to the garbage can, and we haven't made things worse, right?
Exactly.
Because thanks to your runner. But if you had to do it too, you'd be putting stuff away as we go.
I could do that.
And we won't have any issues of making the mess bigger.
Right.
Even my mom, who recently had back surgery, and we've been doing some projects in her house, she was like, nope, I still have to. She's like, I could make the excuse like, oh, I can't run things right now. But she's like, it just makes it more stressful, more overwhelming. So even she has been like, nope, I'm going to take something to where it needs to go. And so that's how we keep from making bigger messes. But
that's good.
We have just a few more things left in here. So why don't you pull those out quick?
Oh, dear. This is going to be controversial. Essential oils. So I wanted to be the essential oil person.
Yep.
But they realistically don't get used. So,
do you have someone you could share them with?
I honestly don't know of anyone. So I don't know if that's something you can donate
them?
I don't even know. Either that or they probably just need to go because they sit around and they don't get used.
And they do expire after a while too.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And so actually what I wanted to start out talking about, Rachel, was when we think about inventory, this seems to be the idea that connects most. And so if we look at like an average person and how much inventory you can manage, and then now we add in that Rachel's married and they live on a farm and they have 9 boys. And so the inventory that we can manage goes down and down. You homeschool.
Yep.
So that takes it down another notch. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right. It's just being really realistic about how much we can manage and how much not. And so maybe in our perfect world, we diffused oils every morning for our homeschool and it set the stage for us to have a really good day. But realistically right now, we've seen that you don't have the space to manage that. And that's okay.
That's okay. It just takes accepting that.
Right. And so as we continue to go through this, we can use it as a barometer. Okay, how much inventory can we realistically manage? It's pretty little because your main priority, like you even said when we met, I want to sit and read to my kids, right?
Right, it's true.
I want
work
time
out.
with them. Yeah,
Things that are more important right now than.
So again, that means we're just at like one of the lowest levels of inventory that we can manage. And that's okay. So as we continue to go through this, we might use that too as a barometer for if we're going to keep stuff or not. And so like Rachel said, she had a lot of homeschooling materials here and that can be tough, right? Lots of things we think we would use, we'd like to use, we think our kids will love, but they don't necessarily. And throughout it, she kept saying, I thought my boys would like this. I thought they would like to do lots of art projects. I always saw my boys doing lots of art projects, but the truth was they weren't. And so I thought it was so cool. Rachel was able to recognize that that was a fantasy self idea. And that's okay. But what was so great, I mean, I think she got rid of about half of the homeschooling stuff that was there, is I feel like things like homeschooling, other hobbies, or things that we spend our time on, they're actually more enjoyable when we're working with less inventory, when we just have the things that we need and we use and we don't have to sift through all of the other stuff to get to it. Now, I'm going to be honest. When I first saw the piles and Rachel's desk area, which we're going to show in the next video, I was kind of intimidating. This stuff is the toughest. Okay, so we're going to work on the piles next to the bed now. I think we have about 3 different categories of stuff. We have photos. We have a mystery box of paper clutter from a previous desk clear off. And then we have some homeschooling stuff. So we're going to start with the photos and then we'll work our way back. And so if we're feeling at all overwhelmed, we just have to take a small piece at a time. And it sounds, I don't know, it's like, oh, that's what everybody says, like, oh, just break it into smaller pieces. But it really does work. So we're going to start with the photos and then we'll work our way back. So I think many of us can relate to the laundry basket of photos. It just happens, right? It's a random box, tote, something. And so what I was asking Rachel is, realistically, would you have time in the next year or so to put photos into albums?
Probably not. probably not.
So
and
is there any reason, like any project you committed to, scrapbook or anything, grad party coming up, that you would have to have photos ready for anything?
No, it's just simply.
It's just where they go.
Want to have some photos of their childhood.
Yep.
We are album people where we like to flip through the albums.
Right. So we just want to store these safely. So when you do get to a season, it would be super fun at some point to pull them out with the kids and be like, we're going to put them in albums and sort them out and everything. But we just need to store them safely until you get to that point.
Right.
All right, we're going to send Tom out to get a bin. And then...
there's probably some random things in here too, but I think
So let's do a quick sort. So these are albums.
Those are just empty.
It looks like the picture frame that we put in the bin. Oh,
that was once hanging.
Is that?
But now it's not hanging.
Uh-huh.
And so do we take it out of the frame and get rid of the frame?
If you don't have an intention of using that frame again, I think it'd be easiest to store if we pull it out.
So wow, that's a lot of
we have a bin here, and so you can go ahead and start putting. We'll put the photos in first, and then we'll see how much room we have to put albums in.
Okay.
So imagine we're alongside you and we're asking you, when was the last time you used this? How much inventory can you actually manage right now? Has this stuff been quarantined by sitting here in piles for months and months and months? Wouldn't it feel so good just to be done with it and not have these piles here anymore?
So now we're getting into a little bit more paper clutter here.
Okay. Do you have a memory bin, Rachel?
We do have some.
Okay, great. So you could always stick that stuff in your memory bin.
Photos or albums that are full.
Okay.
So I suppose I can put those in there. A random shirt.
Yep. Totally.
Wow. That could probably get donated.
Sentimental items?
Yeah.
No, it's not actually.
It's not the shirt you were like proposed
it's
into.
Not even. No, it's not. Yep. Wow. Okay. So that is just most. Wow. So now this is just some random.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. That's like. Yeah. Okay. So that could get donated. So this is super helpful.
Good.
To well, do I need?
So I would have stopped.
Do I need the manual? You would have stopped?
I would have stopped.
Mm-hmm.
I would have started to go through them, and then I wouldn't have started anything again. That's what I would have done.
I don't think you need the manual. You can always look that up online.
That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
Wow. So we have a basket. That's
Yay!
And I don't even know for sure what this is. So should I just start going through this paper?
Yeah. Why don't you do that real quick?
Okay.
Hopefully, how long has it been in the basket in here?
This paper?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. A couple years.
Okay.
A couple of years.
So you can probably do a pretty quick sort.
Quick. Yeah.
Just look for anything valuable.
That's valuable. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. So this is a lot of some scratch stuff, but a lot of memory stuff. So I have memory bins somewhere in the storage room.
Okay.
So maybe Grayson will be able to help with that. But some of this stuff is like, from when we were dating. This is the fourth. That one can go. Mm-hmm. But this one is special to me because I made a farm book. And I ended up marrying a farmer. So that's pretty
awesome.
fun.
That's really cool. So that for sure goes in a memory bin.
Yes. So this is just, I suppose, like you said,
random paper.
Because I don't know if it's a Cricut thing or not, but I'd be like feeling like I need to read through each paper.
Sure.
And try to, but you know,
it's been quarantined, and so we're gonna look just for anything important that's obvious. Vehicle titles, death certificates, marriage certificates.
And this is seriously what has hung me up before. Seriously, I thought, there's going to be something important on there that I'm going to miss.
Yep, I forgot.
Yep. Oops, and it really has prevented me. I would get the pile smaller.
Sure.
But I would never totally get rid of it. Find a recipe for maple glazed salmon. Good thing I kept that.
Aren't you glad you kept that?
Good thing I kept
that. That's a good tip.
That does sound really good.
If you found it, could we have it?
Can we have it for lunch? Would that be okay?
It's that, never found that recipe. Never found that. That is so funny. Oh my goodness.
No.
Most of this stuff is garbage. There's just a couple things that I don't want to let go because they're memories. But
and that's why we have our memory bins.
I'm
glad you already do because that's huge.
Oh, yeah. What's funny is the things that I thought I wanted to keep for memories, and now about half of that stuff I don't want anymore.
Isn't that funny how it changes over the years?
It's crazy.
And that's the great thing about the memory bin is it sets a container for how much we can realistically keep and manage, and then we do over time trade stuff out. something that used to be important, now I'm going to replace it with something else.
I like that idea. You know, you just feel like you need to spend so much time and attention on one thing. Oh, is this something I really need or not? Or...
I mean, I think it was just having someone else there. Rachel was really able to make decisions quickly. And she even commented on that too. She said, you know, I will sit down to go through these piles, especially, you know, some of it was that paper clutter stuff. And I'll get hung up not knowing if I should keep a certain thing or not. And I love what Marie Kondo says. In regards to paper, she's like, our goal is to keep none of it. So really being discerning when we're holding a piece up. Do I have to, absolutely have to keep this? And if not, being willing to let it go so that we can move through this stuff more quickly. But again, that's where it can be helpful to have somebody else there with us so we can speak it out. And sometimes even as the words are coming out of our mouth, we're like, oh, that's silly. I obviously don't need it anymore, right? And so it can be so helpful to have someone else helping you. It could be another member of your household, a friend, a family member, but don't underestimate the power of having someone else there with you.
So that is that
Yay!
box.
Okay,
Box.
so this stuff is going to go into a memory box,
Yes.
which you said is downstairs in the
Yep.
storage.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have these large chalk labels, which I really like for storage bins. So I'm going to let you write on them if you want to write photos, whatever, however you would label them for your storage area.
Where do you get these labels from?
Those are from Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really like them. Because you could wash this off and relabel it at some point if you...
Oh, you really could?
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
So that's kind of fun.
Okay.
So we'll stick those on. Okay, so we're gonna send, oh, if you can't see them now, we're gonna send the photo bins now down to storage, which is great. And then we just have a couple more things to get through. And your bedroom floor is gonna be clear again.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. All right. So Rachel kind of had like 3 main areas of piles in their room. 2 were in the bedroom itself, and then 1 was in their walk-in closet. Why don't you show us what's hiding behind the door?
Okay, it's a very big closet, and we don't even use much of it for clothing. But here's the pile. Here's my pile. Yep. And it's mostly art supplies.
Okay.
A few random baskets because I like baskets. Found them at a thrift store.
Okay.
But don't even know what I'm going to put in them or if anything. So,
like I said, everyone's clutter is the same, right? And we know how this happens, right? We see a basket at a thrift store or a garage sale or someone offers it to us, and we're like, yeah, I love baskets. Of course, I'll take that. The problem is, like we talked about earlier, when it comes to how much inventory Rachel's able to manage right now, they weren't getting used.
I mean, I don't know. See, if I'm looking at these right now, I don't know what I would even do with them. But, so do I just maybe let them go or hold on to them thinking, oh, I'll put something in them someday?
Well, how do you feel when you see this on your closet floor?
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
And if we moved them to your storage space in the basement, we're going to forget about them. Most likely.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
that's
with
good.
Your life right now.
Right.
So I think if you can think of how I'm going to use this today, let's keep it. If it's I don't know, then let's let those go.
I think I will keep this one because I like that one, and I do use them occasionally, but I think I can let these go. Okay. I'm being realistic.
And I just thought that was so wise of her to recognize that right now in this season I'm in, it's just not the number one priority.
So this is a pretty nice trash can. Do we donate the trash can?
Let's donate it.
Okay.
Unless you can think of a spot right now in your house you would need
can't.
it.
I really can't.
Good.
These do not get used. They could be donated, or I suppose these do not either.
And if there's art supplies, what I've learned too, like if they make a mess and I don't like picking them up or having to have the kids, I'm like, it's gone. Like I don't worry about that anymore.
And you know how you talked about like our fantasy self? I feel like this was my fantasy kids, if you will.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
They did art and craft projects.
Totally.
Like they'd rather be out climbing trees.
So
I think just keeping a few things.
Our kids are so creative and it's expressed in so many different ways. We don't need tons of art supplies to do that. And so I could feel like a sense of freedom as she was getting rid of that stuff and just knowing that pile's not going to be on the floor anymore. She doesn't have to manage so much homeschooling inventory anymore. Okay, so we were able to pare down everything here to this stuff. Rachel. That was awesome. Does it feel good?
It feels very good.
Yeah.
It does. It's kind of funny letting go of some of that stuff that has been held on to for years.
Yeah. You're doing an awesome job. All right, so we're gonna move this stuff out, bring in the homeschooling bins. But overall, I was so proud of Rachel and the progress that she made. So how are you feeling right now?
Really good. A little, I guess you'd call it decision fatigued.
It was a lot. We did a lot in a short amount of time.
And I don't even know totally why it feels so emotional.
Yeah.
It feels kind of silly that it would be, but it's
I mean, we just covered everything from your childhood artwork, the births of your children. Am I a bad mom because I haven't filled out baby books?
Right, it's kind of a lot.
It is a lot.
And the fantasy self of I'm gonna be an herbalist. So it feels amazing. And then it feels, why did I let that go so long?
Yeah, yeah.
But it was just a matter, I think, of learning the techniques of how to get through it.
The good thing is now Rachel feels empowered. There was one box left of paper clutter that we didn't get to, and I'm like, should we stay and do this? Can you do this? And she's like, nope, I got it. And so do you feel more confident now? We did leave one box of paper clutter in your bedroom.
Yes. Oh, much more confident.
Yeah, you're not going to labor over each.
I feel like I've gotten over the hump, so to speak.
Yeah. That's encouraging.
And I don't know why that was so hard to get over, because these piles have been here for so long, but now that we've done it, it feels like I'm gonna conquer the house. Like, I can do this. And that was just the coolest thing, right? It's hard in the beginning. It is hard. It's a lot of work. It's emotionally draining. But as we do this and as we get our systems in place, it becomes so much easier. So push through the hard work, do it alongside us as you're able, and you're gonna be able to look around your master bedroom floor and be like, wow, that looks awesome. It feels so good, and I feel so much better about myself. So we truly want that for you too. So coming up in our next video, we are gonna tackle Rachel's, the built-in desk in her kitchen. Those are the worst, right? But knowing her clutterbug style, we're gonna put some simple organization in place. We're gonna assign some homes to things and just talk through how we can make that space function really well so that it doesn't get overwhelmed again in the future. So thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Rachel, for sharing your home with us, and we are so excited for what's to come for you and your family.